Greetings fellow zombie slayers, S1ippery Jim here with some gameplay from the new zombies map Moon from Black Ops. And what I'll be showing you here is something unique to this map, something pretty special that you can't do in any other zombies map. And looking at the video here, you can probably guess what it is. I've already pack-a-punched. I've got Mustang and Sally. Anyone who's watched my zombies videos knows I'm a big fan of my Mustang and Sally, so that's pretty epic. And also I've got Juggernog straight away as well. So if you haven't played this map yet, you might be wondering how the hell that's possible. But what I'll be showing you is exactly how to do that, and it has to do with the way that this particular map starts. This map starts in an area on Earth called No Man's Land, or Area 51, or whatever you want to call it. And in this area you have, we'll just take you back to the start of the game here so you can see. And you have the pack-a-punch machine, and you have one perk machine as well. And that perk machine is either going to be Juggernog or Speed Cola. So to do this, just keep restarting until you do get Jug spawned in there, and you've got a 50% chance of that happening. The power's already turned on as well, so as soon as you get the points, you can actually use both pack-a-punch and the perk machine. So initially, zombies are the one-hit kill, and they spawn in pretty slowly. But once this siren goes off, they start coming thick and fast, and you just have to do a little bit of dodging and so forth until you've got them in a pretty steady zombie train behind you. You'll also notice we've got the hellhounds in this area as well, so they're a little bit faster than the regular zombies, but they don't do as much damage to you, and they also die a little bit easier as well. So most of the time in this strategy you'll be stabbing the dogs because they're a little bit faster and they'll be at the head of the zombie train. But initially here, what you want to do is use your grenades as effectively as you possibly can, and use them as early as possible, because the longer you go on, the harder the zombies will be to kill, and the kills are what give you the most points. So try and use your 2 grenades to take out as many zombies as you can, and if you do it right, you should have enough points for Jug just purely from using your 2 grenades alone. So you can see here we get Jug pretty early. In fact, it's only about a minute and a half before we are able to buy a Jug. So it's pretty practical actually to do this. Even if you just get Jug and then go to the moon base, it only takes a minute and a half, and you've got Jug to kick off the game. So in solo at least, it's a pretty good thing to do. But we're going to take it one step further here and actually pack-a-punch as well, and that's going to take a little bit longer, and it's going to involve a lot of knifing of zombies. So initially here I'll just use up my pistol ammo on the zombies, and it won't last very long. Once that's done, it'll just be resorting to knifing, as I said. And it's a very easy area to run around and to have a zombie train coming behind you in. It's pretty safe. You can almost do this indefinitely, actually, around this area. Now occasionally you're going to get bit by the dogs or slapped by a zombie, and you might end up with the old red screen. If that happens, just sprint ahead until you recover, and then as you were basically with your knifing. So what I'll do is speed up the video a little bit here, and we'll fast forward the part where I'm doing all the knifing. Otherwise it just gets a little bit repetitive. But hopefully you can see what's happening here anyway. Now from the grenade as well, I forgot to mention there were a number of crawlers that we had in the middle of the map. So I just took them out early because you can kill them easier and you get more points for the kills. But it's all down to just basically knifing them now, and usually get about 3 or 4 knives in on each side of the map, if that makes sense. So basically, if you picture it like you're running a square rather than a circle, on 2 sides of the square, I'll probably get 3 or 4 knives in. And so it is a little bit slow and painful, but it takes about 20 minutes. I've done this a number of times, and it's usually about 20 minutes to get to the point where you've got Jug and you can pack-a-punch as well. Now the good thing about the new Moon map is it does have Flopper, so once you get Mustang and Sally, provided you eventually end up with Flopper, Mustang and Sally are a very, very good weapon in zombies. More for defense rather than offense, so you can whip them out and get yourself out of trouble if you do get surrounded by a swarm of zombies. That's why I like them anyway. And yeah, basically, first impressions of Moon, it's an excellent map, as they all are. The new maps, each map has basically raised the bar from the one that came before it, and this is no different. It's a huge map, there's a lot of different environments in it, the low gravity, the biosphere environment, and so forth. And still a lot basically to discover in this map for me. I took a day off work when it came out, so I could play it a bit, and being the last map in the Black Ops Zombies anyway, it's pretty special, especially the fact we get to see Samantha now and all of that, so it's pretty epic, and enjoying it very much so far. It usually takes a bit of time to settle in and work out whether it's one of your favourite Zombies maps or it's just the new honeymoon period factor of it. But yeah, enjoying it so far. And alright, so getting back to the gameplay here, what I do is you can either run this big circle around the outside of the map and behind the pack-a-punch machine, or you can run a smaller circle around that puddle in the middle of the ground there. Either way, it's pretty basic, pretty simple. Now, I don't know if I mentioned this yet, but there are special leaderboards for this no man's land area, and it's almost like a mini game within a mini game, in that if you're trying to get ranked up the leaderboards, you need to get kills in this area, and it also displays the number of points and the amount of time that you spent in total in no man's land. So yeah, it's quite fun just by itself in trying to get ranked up that leaderboard. Personally, when the map very first came out, I was thinking that it was based on time, but when I looked at the leaderboards, it's to do with the kills. So there's a limited number of kills that you'll get initially here because of the fact that the zombies are just going to be too hard to kill, if not impossible, with a knife once you run out of ammo. So what you need to do is come back here with some weaponry and then do this kind of strategy if you want to get ranked up that leaderboard. But I can't see it being too difficult based on the fact that this is a super easy area to do a zombie train in. Alrighty, so we're nearly there. Only got another 600 points to go, so what's that, 60 knives, and we'll be there. And yeah, so far it's been playing with multiplayer. This starting format for this map has been a little bit problematic if you play with randoms in a random lobby. Usually they'll hang out down the back of the map trying to kill zombies and end up dying, and then basically the game ends because you can't teleport. So it's a little bit like Call of the Dead in that if you do have some randoms or some people not familiar with the map, you know, in Call of the Dead they would try and kill George, and then George would end up rampaging around the map as a result, annoying everyone. In this one, basically, if they don't get on the teleporter quick enough, it's game over for everyone. So yeah, it's got its frustrations in it, and also you've got the astronaut character as well that steals your perks, but he's not quite. Well, he's not nearly as bad as George Romero, put it that way, and it's kind of funny to see one of your friends' names at the top of him as well. So that's probably a little bit more balanced. It's like a nerfed George Romero, if you like, in that the astronaut is not nearly as annoying. Anyway, we've got our Mustang and Sally here. We've got our Jug, and we managed to teleport up. Teleport takes about 4 seconds, so by the time it teleports you, the dogs usually have caught up with you, but as you can see, we did survive. And there you go, guys. So you can get Jug, you can pack a punch by round 1, by the start of round 1 in Moon. Hope you enjoyed the video. Please rate, comment and subscribe as always, and thanks for watching. S1ippery Jim out.